episode, we talk about why we make irrational decisions on your own when you have a partner to bounce ideas off of. We also talk about how do you deal with a son who will not talk to you because of misunderstandings. We also talked about behind closed doors, your kids see things that you don't see yourself. And also, imagine confronting your boyfriend's current wife while the kids are there. Hear how that plays out. We also talk about what Ashley did when finding her husband attractive. She originally met him on some kind of profile at Plenty of Fish, and you'll hear about that as well.
But he sticks around for those little times that she's feeling silly or they have a good time together.
Yeah, you can blame her for the same thing because she uses him when she can move
Mhm.
on to something bigger and better,
Mhm.
which is
She has a
also
very
weird.
she has a very very shallow, not meaningful life, and that's very sad. All she cares is how she looks to others. She doesn't care that she got her home taken away from her and her kids.
No, because it's all about her.
It's all about her. It's just so weird.
So people play victim all the time, but this reminds me of a story. I can relate to it, so to say, and this helped me to grow a little bit myself. Someone walked into a therapy session one day and sat across from the therapist. Before the therapist could even ask the first question, they started talking, and they said, I don't understand why people keep hurting me. I give so much, I stay loyal, I try to compromise or even work things out. I forgive, I keep showing up all the time, and somehow I'm always the one who ends up broken. The therapist listened quietly for a moment and then asked the question that changed the entire conversation. The therapist asked, why do you keep auditioning people for a role in your life that always fails? And the room got quiet because sometimes the pain we feel isn't coming the first time someone hurts us. It's coming from the fifth time, or the 10th time, or the 20th time. We give somebody access to do the same things again. A lot of people don't struggle with love, they struggle with letting go. You keep explaining to people why you are a good person to keep dating you. Some of these people already decided not to understand you. You keep trying to earn loyalty from people who showed their limit a long time ago. You keep pouring into people hoping one day they will become who you imagine them to be. Now, the problem isn't that people lied to you or fooled you. Sometimes you keep negotiating the evidence. You saw the patterns, you heard the words, you felt the inconsistencies, but you keep hoping the next conversation, the next chance, the next apology would finally change the outcome. From my ex, she kept on saying, I'm sorry that I cheated, I'm sorry that I lied, but they were all empty promises. She couldn't pin anything on me, so she actually made up stuff like, you embellish things that you do at work, and you show pictures and you show evidence and you get people involved. She doesn't care that you proved her wrong because then she'll twist it on you and say, well, I don't trust you because you lied about what you did for work. And of course, that's not the truth. So she distracts you, turning things on you when it's really her problem and her issue. Hope can be beautiful, but hope without boundaries will keep you stuck because love isn't proven by how much you can tolerate, and loyalty isn't measured by how much you stay somewhere that clearly isn't getting you to grow. Real growth starts the moment you stop trying to convince people to value you. The moment you accept people for exactly who they show you they are and not who they could be, not who you wish they were, but who they consistently choose to be. Sometimes the realization hurts, but clarity hurts less than living a fantasy that keeps breaking your heart. So maybe the question, why do people keep hurting you? Maybe the real question is, why do you keep giving access to people who already showed you they don't know how to hold your heart? Yeah, so I wanted to ask you something. So, me and Logan don't talk because
Mhm.
it's his choice.
Okay.
But I mean, every week I send him something like, "What are you up to?" or I send him some pictures, or
Mhm.
um, And it's like somewhere along the line, I think she's manipulating him to not talk to me, which is
The mother.
a little bit weird. Because after I don't know if you want to call it his stepfather, the
Mhm.
homeless guy
Yep.
that moved in.
Yes.
After that, I mean, I heard that he was abusive. So Logan kept
Mm.
on telling me that he was being fat shamed by him, or
Wow.
he was saying that he was lazy by not doing some things.
Mhm.
Or at one point, he told me that he got choked by him by
Wow.
saying you don't understand this and that. And I confronted Christine,
Right.
and she said, "Yeah, I'll talk to him," but nothing's ever changed. Because every time when I went to pick him up, I heard him swearing over the computer because he was
Mhm.
playing um, one of those first-person war games,
Yeah.
and he kept on saying the N word or other
Mhm.
things, and he kept on getting kicked off. So he created new profiles in order for him to get back on and play the games.
Yeah.
So that's not the kind of person that I want raising my son, but she was okay with it because she was in love.
Oh yeah, she put that above the needs of her son, of course.
But then she turned it around where she convinced Logan that I didn't really care because they were nitpicking on, oh, you don't remember what my favorite color is. Or you don't remember when, or
Mhm.
there was a lie that was going around where I wasn't there when he was being born.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
So my mom produced a picture because she was there the whole time before and after the fact.
Right.
And
Right.
she took the pictures while they were there, and her whole family was there in the waiting
Mhm.
room. And they went out to lunch, and we were still there.
Mhm.
And I'm like, where did this lie come from? So he doesn't talk to me anymore, and I don't even know what to do.
Well, you're doing number one the right thing by constantly showing effort, okay? Because even if he doesn't respond, that shows you care. So never stop doing that, okay? And obviously,
Well, I don't even know if
you
he's getting my messages either.
I would still send them. It doesn't matter. I would still send them. I really would. Because if he is, I'm sure that makes him feel good, even though he doesn't feel like talking. But he's predominantly with his mother, right?
Yeah.
So he's always going to have this relationship with his mom where he probably feels closer to her because a mom and son is different than a father and son. And she's probably
What?
putting some things into his head.
Yeah, but at
But
one
it's not,
point I was the main caretaker because I
yeah,
worked I
yeah.
worked at night, and she worked in the afternoon. So
Hmm.
when I came back from work, he
You were
woke
there.
up, and he didn't know who she was, and she liked
Hmm.
or Logan liked me better.
Yeah.
So she felt really bad, and I said, it'll be okay. Maybe in
Hmm.
the future it'll switch, and it did.
Yeah. Yeah. It
But
sounds like it sounds like he's confused, and it sounds like he had something really traumatic happen with him with this boyfriend. It sounds like he's going through something. I mean, picture as a kid, your mom brings this homeless alcoholic to your house and then takes over the father role and is abusive, and she continuously chooses a guy over the safety of him. But they have some type of toxic relationship, Logan and his mom, but he's too young to understand that. So he feels secure with his mom, but that stuff really probably screwed him up. And I don't mean to say that to make you feel bad or anything like that, but your mom bringing a man into your house and abusing you, and then he was forced to be his caretaker when he was at home in hospice dying. And what was he, 13 years old?
yeah, he just turned 13.
he's so young. He probably doesn't know how to he doesn't know how to process things, and I think he's been through some traumatic things, and he's probably just very confused right now in life. I don't think it has to do with you. I think it really has to do with his mom. But right now, she's the primary caretaker. And even though you were when he's younger, people don't always remember that stuff. But I feel like he needs time to process things. And then when he's old enough to kind of think, wait, this doesn't make sense, or wait, this was wrong, he'll come back. He'll come back.
Yeah, but I don't know if he'll remember all that. Yeah, because he was
What
there
do you mean?
for most of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Logan was on the computer. I think he was
Mm-hmm.
like 12 years old at the
Okay.
time. And he was like, so who's on Match.com? And both of them look at me. And
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the one. So a few days later, we found out that his mom all of a sudden has a man friend where she didn't have
Mm-hmm.
friends before.
Yeah.
This new man wanted to know about who's your favorite Dragon Ball character, because we were all into that cartoon at that time.
Right.
And I'm still thinking, like, who is this guy? So she must have been on Match.com behind my back while I was living
Mm-hmm.
there,
Wow.
trying to date this guy, and Logan's in the middle of it,
Right.
labeling him, her new friend, and now they're moving in together, after the fact.
That's
No,
very confusing for a kid.
no, I think it was 10 years old, because at 13 they were talking about sex and stuff that I didn't agree with.
Ugh.
Yeah, because they both told Logan that they're sleeping in bed together, and they bang each other.
Yeah, that's completely inappropriate.
Yeah, and that was it.
They don't need to tell him that.
Yeah, it's like I don't need to know what my grandparents or parents are doing
Yeah,
like
all
that.
he needs to know is that he's supported and loved. He doesn't need to know. I just think he's been through some traumatic things, and I think he has a lot of just weird situations that might have not made him feel safe. And I don't even think it particularly has to do with you. Maybe he's taking it out on you. Maybe he feels like you didn't save him from the situation because he confided in you.
No,
But
I
he's so young.
I
He's so
tried
young.
to.
He doesn't. I think he's just mixed up right now and struggling through some things.
Yeah, every time I brought it up, he started backpedaling when it was in
Mm.
front of her.
Well, because probably she told him not to talk about it, and he was scared.
I don't know. Just trying to help the situation, and it's
Of
it's like
course,
backfired, and now I'm
of
not allowed to
course.
see him. So
I would no matter what. Keep sending birthday cards. Keep sending texts. Keep showing your interest. Keep showing your interest,
yeah,
no matter what. Even if it hurts you that he's not responding, but his feelings matter over yours in this situation where, he's the son. He needs to feel loved and supported even if he's not taking it right now. Maybe he is upset that you didn't go further and it's a whole process to get someone custody taken away, and you could get full custody and stuff like that, or get them out of a situation, but also he's being manipulated by his mom. There's so much more backstory and situation, but he doesn't know that as a kid.
no, he doesn't. I mean,
I think,
he's pretty smart on his own, but
right,
he doesn't have the
right, but
experience.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, our brain isn't fully developed until we're 25 years old, so we can't even usually think 100% clearly until then, and some people never do. But I think right now he's been going through something that his mom put him through, and maybe she doesn't want to take accountability that she's fucked up as a parent, and so she wants to turn it around on you.
Yeah, I was always thinking she was smarter than that until I caught her in a lie. Which,
People aren't smarter than I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and every time I've done that, I've gotten fucked over. Every time.
yeah, it's just weird.
People are a lot more calculated and intelligent than I like to make them out to be. But if you think this person will never do this to me, you know, never say never. People change, you know. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone that everything is great and you fully trusted them, and then they screwed you over and you were so blindsided?
Yeah, that's Beth.
Yeah. You don't think she gave you any little signs, or did you just not notice them because you were so in love and happy?
No, I normally see the signs, and I have
Okay.
a big wall up with everybody.
Right.
So she was the only one who kind of blindsided me and pulled the rug over, because she didn't
Mm-hmm.
tell me that she was married at the beginning.
Wow.
She didn't tell me that she was also dating a married man at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I found out that way later.
Red flag number 1 and 2.
I mean, I actually found out from her cousin.
Yeah, I mean, you
So
started off a relationship with her and lies from her.
yeah, and Beth used that as an excuse not to date me anymore because we entered in the relationship in a lie.
But they were
They were
her
her
lies.
lies. Yeah.
But it was her. I think her mind is just so messed up too, because she can never take accountability. So she's constantly looking for what's wrong in other people and to blame other people. But she will never blame herself. So she's always going to find a problem with another person. Like, oh, you're a liar and a cheater, but actually I'm doing that.
Yeah, that's why I became the drama that she didn't want to be involved with.
She's the drama. She's the psychopath. She's a psycho.
Yeah.
She is nuts. Like, I don't even know how she goes through life, like, having such messed up relationships. What are her relationships with her own children like?
They seem to be pretty good. I mean, she likes to teach them new things and be creative.
Mm.
Yeah, she's. I mean, I do the same thing with my son. I'm creative.
Yeah.
I would buy him something to build and then learn from that, and we'd build it together, kind of thing. She did the same thing with her son and her daughter, and
I wonder if her son and daughter behind closed doors, though, see her with all these different men and see the instability.
yeah, they're not really saying anything because they're more
Mm.
like their father because their father is really laid back.
Okay.
He doesn't want to deal with any drama or any situations.
That's why it didn't work out with them. Because Beth loves drama, and he probably didn't give her the reactions and drama she wanted.
No, because so they lasted 10 years before she got a divorce.
What?
So the
But not 10 years completely with each other.
yeah,
10 years
complete
of her cheating.
no 10 years completely with each other until that Rob guy came into the picture at the end. But
And that's all it took to rip apart her family.
no, see the from her perspective, she never got an orgasm. It was always awful sex. He did things without her, without involving her, so she wasn't part of the family. She felt
Mm.
she wanted to do stuff where he really didn't. He was a homebody,
Mm.
so in a sense they were kind of opposites. Where she was more outgoing and he's more introverted.
But also, that's what she's telling you, and she's learned as a narcissist to play victim for her excuse. Well, I wouldn't do this, but he made me feel this way. I don't care. I would get a divorce or work on it or whatever before I'd ever go screw around with someone else, because I respect my husband and my son more than to, disrupt their lives like that. So that's also her thinking about her own feelings, no one else's, not Rob's wife's feelings, not her husband's feelings, not her kids' feelings. I mean, I'm sure that was traumatic for her that they got divorced after 10 years and then she's moving across the state.
Yeah, see, me and her were dating at the time where they were gonna get a divorce in March. So it was February where she broke up. And then I learned she started dating that married guy while she was trying to get a divorce. But she didn't tell me about that.
Well, duh. Of course she's not going to tell you that. She's not going to tell you her deep, dark secrets of how she's a bad person. Because she's the good person and everyone else has the problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Crap. And
like I said, she's going to end up alone and unfulfilled. She really is.
I don't know. I think she got what she's looking for, a guy that she can control with no friends, and that's...
Yeah, but that's not going to last. She's going to get real bored of that. And she already probably is if she's screwing around trying to get a hold of you and stuff. Keep getting that evidence.
Yep.
Keep getting the evidence because it's going to feel so good to give her back all the pain that she gave you. And then maybe that will be your closure.
Well, people are telling me just walk away.
Fuck no. They say be the better person. No. Give people their karma. Give them back what they gave you. No. Don't be the better person. I mean, don't go to jail or anything like that, but not anything that hurts you, but fuck yeah. Fuck her shit up. Fuck her shit up like she fucked your shit up.
She's like, why aren't you happy for me that I'm happy now?
Because she wants you to say, because I'm so in love with you. And then she gets that ego boost. Why is she even messaging you to tell you how happy she is when she knows that she broke your heart?
I don't know. And she knows the feeling because she was so in love with this married guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the love of her life.
Because she likes the emotional control she has over you.
Yeah, but she didn't have control over that married guy, and she chased after him.
Probably because she didn't have control over him, and she was working real hard to get it.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, because when you give her something easily that she wants, then she gets bored. But he was a chase, and Beth always gets her way. Beth always wants what she wants, and she's gonna get it no matter what. And she didn't get it, and it destroyed her because it wasn't instantaneous satisfaction, and it didn't make her feel powerful or like she had control over anyone. Yeah, it probably tore her up.
I don't know if it was about power, but she wanted to get married to this guy, even though he was already married.
She wanted the power of knowing that she's better than his wife and that she's powerful and engaging or, attractive enough to take him away from his wife. Because I bet if he left his wife and it was just him and her and he gave her what she wanted, she would get bored too, just like the rest of them.
Yeah, because that didn't make any sense to me, because this guy was he had a big pot belly, he was he was bald, he had a big orange beard, and he was ugly.
He didn't fall for her shit, and he didn't do it. She likes that.
But I'm way more attractive than he is.
Well, she likes a challenge, and you weren't a challenge enough.
Well, I was a challenge because I didn't put up with her shit, so that's why she kept on saying, I don't like when you do this. We're breaking up.
I don't like when you don't fall for my manipulation.
Yeah.
Some people just need their ass kicked. Like I was telling my dad today, I was like, if there was no such thing as jail and I wouldn't get in trouble or have to pay like court fees or whatever, there are so many people. Like I would find my dad's girlfriend and beat the fuck out of her. And I'm not even kidding. And I'm not even a violent person, but I would want to rip her hair out of her head and just stomp her to the ground and like knock her teeth out because that's what she deserves.
Yeah, so
I do that to Beth.
Beth actually did that. So she went to Rob's wife, and
Okay.
they met at a park that was close by, and they set him up where he was going to come a little bit later, so to
Mm-hmm.
watch the kids play and stuff like that, and she didn't know that Beth was there. So Beth met up and friended his wife, and
Oh my god, that's creepy. But go ahead.
so when he showed up, um, Rob said, "You guys are crazy." So immediately saw both of them together,
Yeah.
and so he
And the wife
pretty
was probably like, what?
and they were both giving it to him. It's like, "You're such a coward. Come back here
Mm. Yeah.
and say something or do
Mm-hmm.
something because now we caught you doing something. And I don't know what." But then she sent him. She sent the wife personal pictures of her and Rob.
Mm.
And it's like, this is all the stuff that we did, and we were together this time, and this time, and this time. Even though you guys were married, these are the
That's
pictures.
sick.
I'm like,
And she knew they were married, which is sicker.
right. So she thought that he was going to leave his wife.
Yeah. So she was like, "You're not gonna leave your wife on your own for me, so I'm gonna fucking make it happen. I'm gonna have her leave you so that I can have you."
Right, and on the other hand, like this was a different day. I don't know if it was the same year or not,
Mm.
where Beth met up with his girlfriend, Becky, and they went
So
to.
this guy's married, and then Beth and Becky are meeting up.
Well, it was like Rob, Becky, and Beth.
But then
So
where's his wife?
his wife, it wasn't there. So
But she's still in the picture, married, right?
yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, go ahead.
So she was. Beth was taking both of them on a tour of this library or something, because she's a director of like a handful of libraries,
Okay.
and she grabbed the security tape of her like taking them out for a tour, and she showed it to me.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, so this is screwed up. So it's making me flash back on something else between my mom and Buddy.
Mhm.
So Beth made me a book of our first year together, and there's all kinds of pictures and all kinds of memories and stuff. And one of the pictures is Buddy and Mom looking at the book that Beth made.
Okay.
And one of the pictures is me and my dad talking to each other, because
Okay.
she met my real dad.
Mm. Okay.
And the picture of my mom and Buddy sitting together looking at my book. So what happened during that particular moment was my mom was saying, "Look at the love of my life. See? See
Oh.
see how he's a little bit larger? I don't remember him that way. Here, take a look at the love of my life." I'm like, why would you say that to,
In front of your husband.
yeah, in front of your husband? I mean, that's a slap in the face, isn't it?
Yeah. That just means I don't care about you or your feelings, but she's with him because it benefits her in some way.
Yeah, because he was given a face, like indirectly saying stop, but he's afraid of
Aww.
her.
That's sad. Well, that's because, like Beth, she likes control, and so does your mom. And she likes controlling people's feelings, and she doesn't care if it hurts anyone, because she gets some sort of satisfaction. I mean, don't you think your mom gets satisfaction from hurting her husband?
No, I think she's still in love with my dad and what he had to offer, and she still misses that relationship.
I think she misses the relationship because it was a challenge and he didn't put up with her shit. Just like with Beth, you didn't put up with her shit.
Yeah, it seemed like the same toxic relationship
Hmm.
where
Yeah.
Beth almost went out with me because I was safe until she found somebody better.
Hmm. And she's always going to do that because people aren't tradable. You don't find a person and then upgrade them to the next level or whatever. We're not, people aren't like cars or homes.
Yeah, but
People are real people's feelings.
I think she kept on downgrading.
Maybe in her head she was upgrading. Maybe they were more difficult. Maybe there's something, or maybe they were just easier. People like that go for easy people too.
I don't know.
Or whoever makes them feel the best.
Yeah, that's what I thought I did because I gave her everything.
Hmm.
I drove 2 hours like every day just to be with her because that's what she wanted.
I think in aspects you did give her what she wants. And sometimes when women are with men that do stuff like that, I'm going to tell you right now, it makes the woman look down on a man. It's like, because it's like, you're my bitch. Because I was in a relationship with my son's father, but before I got pregnant and we were together, and I had my first love of my life. We were together and we dated for 4 years, and that's like the one of two real true loves I ever felt. We connected on like a spiritual soul level, but then we broke up, and I started dating Braylon's dad, and I dated him because I knew he was obsessed with me. He was easy, and he was my bitch. So I got everything I wanted from him. I would be like, we're breaking up if you don't give me a Coach bag. Like stuff like that. Because at the time I thought money and gifts were love. Because that's what I learned from my parents. But, yeah, he was my bitch. And I should have loved him for everything he did and tried. He tried so hard for me. But I just looked at him as my bitch, and I looked down on him because he was so readily available to do everything for me. You just don't, sometimes you lose respect when someone tries too hard. And
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
truth.
Yeah, I've experienced that. Like when I drew back on people, then they're more apt to go towards you instead of away
Hmm.
from you.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was my bitch. I never respected him, never loved him. And now that I'm older, I look back and I'm like, I feel bad the way I used him because I just used him for material things, dinners, alcohol, and the feeling of being needed and loved. But I never cared about him. But women need to be told no. Women need a little bit of a chase because if it's too easy, like just like with money, if you get it real easy, you spend it easily. But if you work hard for it, then you want to save it.
Yeah, or you appreciate it more.
Yeah. And like my husband, he's very, 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 very good to me. And he will do anything for me like I will do anything for him. To a point, though. Like, he'll easily tell me to go fuck myself. He will. He will. Like, he doesn't put up with bullshit. But he also does things to show me love and care. But I reciprocate it,
Yeah.
you know? And sometimes when he says no, I'm like, good for you. That's what a strong man does. You don't put up with bullshit.
Well, no, I did that with Beth towards
Mm-hmm.
the end where, I told her to stop fighting with me. And,
Mm-hmm.
well, I told her in worse words
Mm-hmm.
than that.
Did you get, like, kind of loud and aggressive with her?
No, I just told her, I don't want to hear your bullshit
Mm.
and your lies. So stop doing it. And then she just started laughing.
Yeah, because you didn't say it loud and aggressively. Women love that dominance of a man. Like, we love when sometimes we love to get our men pissed off. I mean, I did it when I was younger. I don't do it now because I'm just too lazy. But sometimes we like our men to get pissed off because we want to see that dominance and assertiveness. If you're too nice, then you're just like, if you're too nice or if you're not, it's just, I think it goes back to like caveman times or something. Like, we like a good guy, but then we also don't like when they're too good.
I don't know. That's still conflicting, though.
Oh, it's completely conflicting. It makes no sense.
It's like everybody on their profile says, "Hey, I want to be happy. I want to have somebody to make me laugh. I want a good guy," but they don't really.
No, 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 no. That's what they want in a friend, but in a relationship, they're ready to put you through a whirlpool. And also, who's going to say in a dating profile, hey, I like to argue so we have good makeup sex? No one's going to say that. It's like a job interview. They're not going to say what's wrong with them. They're just saying, hey, I like to laugh and have an adventure and da-da-da, and I'm ready to take on the world, and I'm happy and da-da-da-da-da. But then once you get to know someone and who they really are and their quirks and stuff.
So I actually did that. So I made two profiles with my name on it, and I had an evil picture of me, and then a nice guy picture of me.
What was the evil picture?
And then the evil profile had, I want to, yeah, kind of like what you said, where, I want to fight so we can have good makeup sex kind of thing.
Yeah.
Going on. But the other one had all kinds of nice things. I want to take long walks on the beach and have fun and go out to eat. And so the nice guys one got a few hits, and the mean guy one got nothing.
Well, I think maybe in a dating relationship, most women are looking for like a real relationship. So they probably are like, I don't feel like dealing with that bullshit. But it's so complicated. I can't even summarize it. But with the nice guy profile, I could tell you what you might be doing wrong. So if you're putting out there I like long walks on the beach, da 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 da, it sounds scripted. It sounds like what everyone puts on their profile. It doesn't sound unique.
Well, none of the women's profiles are unique either.
Oh, I'm sure they're not. I'm sure there's a lot of really ugly, weird, disgusting, dumb people on there.
Yeah, but they expect to find something perfect when they're imperfect themselves.
Everyone's looking for perfect, and there's no such thing.
No.
There's no such thing. It's only what you're willing to comfortably deal with. That it's okay, something. What's the catch? Are you fucking a weird, freaky stalker, or?
Well, see, that's what I got recently. So somebody started telling me that I sounded like somebody AI, like I'm an AI guy or a robot.
You are? Oh, I've heard that too. But go ahead.
So I kind of got offended, and I'm like, what's AI about this? There's spelling errors in there, and AI doesn't misspell any words.
Right.
They just thought I was some AI person.
Mm-hmm.
So they decided not to date me. Or meet up.
When I went on dating websites before I met my husband, I've heard that too, and someone's like, are you real? Are you real? And I'm just like, dude, if I'm going to be fake, I'm going to make myself look a ton hotter than I really look. If I'm using a fake picture, I'm going to make it look the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just I just look like an average person. I'm definitely not fake. Oh, but I've had the weirdest dates.
Yeah, because most
should
people.
we get into that?
Well, see, most people don't respond. I ask questions, and most of the guys have one-worded answers, or want to send dick pics immediately.
Yeah, no, we don't want that.
So it kind of makes sense to me that I sound like an AI because I ask questions like I'm interested in who they are.
Right.
And it seems like it's off-putting.
Yeah, it's so bizarre because people don't do it. I don't think it's weird, but it probably comes to us as a surprise. But also, too, these girls get so many messages that there's so many times they don't even open them.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, it's rare that I get a message. Maybe
Yeah.
once every couple of months I get something.
I am the one that messaged my husband. I know it's weird.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll tell you what I liked about his profile. Can I tell you that?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my parents were going through a divorce. I made a Plenty of Fish web profile because my mom made a dating profile, and I just wanted to see what hers said because I was being nosy. And then I started screwing around on the profile, and I would talk to these goofy men and like just fuck with them. Like one time, a guy was like, "I drive an 18-wheeler. Do you want to come cuddle with me?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, where are you parked? I'm on the way." Like, there's some weird people, and I went on a couple of dates with weird people too. But one day I was sitting at work, and it was really boring. I was working at the attorney's office in Beechwood, and I was really bored, and so I was just looking through these profiles, and I see this picture of my now husband, and he just looks like a cute, normal, like, guy. You know, he's not, like, the hottest guy in the world, but he's not ugly, and, yeah, he just looked cute. There's a picture from his sister's wedding. So I click on his profile, I'm like, let's see what's weird about this guy. And he kept it short and sweet. Like, "Hi, my name is Michael. I'm a respiratory therapist. I've been doing this for how many years?" And he just kept it short and sweet. And I, number one, really liked that he kept it short and sweet because I like a little mystery. I want to go on our first date and then like continue to learn about each other. I don't want to know everything about you from your profile so that when we meet, I already know everything, you know? So he kept it short and sweet, but I also liked that he said his job, and it wasn't a financial thing. It was like a stability thing. Like he is able to keep a job for a long period of time. So that means he must not be too crazy.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but he kept it short and sweet, and I just was like, oh, okay. And then I just messaged him. And like right away we hit it off. He never ever said anything sexual to me. He didn't insinuate anything sexual. He was just like, I don't know, he was just like a little bit shy but kind, and he was just normal. He just talked to me normal. And on those websites we get so many guys that are like, "Hey, want to come over and hook up?" And it's like, we've never spoken before. No, I'm not interested.
Right.
Like, and does that ever work for you? Like, I can't imagine someone saying yes unless they're like drunk or fucking desperate. But that's what I liked about his profile. It was short and sweet, and it just showed that he had stability and stuff like that. And then we learned about each other from talking more and more. So that's what reeled me in right away.
Yeah, see, I get the opposite reactions. So I don't talk about sex, but then
Mm-hmm.
they start complaining where it's like, I don't think you're really into me because you're not talking about sex. And
So
then they,
that's weird. Well,
then,
you should be like, "I'm trying to be respectful because I want to learn about you."
right, exactly.
I'm a smart, well put together man, and I am being respectful because you're a woman, and that's not how women should be treated.
Yeah, I don't know if they see it that way.
That's so weird. Like, I can only speak from my point of view as someone that's been sober for over 10 years, and I've been medicated for my depression, and I don't have all these like weird mental health problems now. I'm just like a stable human being. But there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of issues, so it's like they definitely can see things different. But in my head, I always believe like, oh, everyone's like me, but realize that they're not.
No, yeah, because I've been dating for probably 30 years in and out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's almost like everything that I try, everything that I do is the wrong thing. Whether it's nice or not nice, it's always the wrong thing. So,
You're not doing the wrong thing. It's just that you're finding the wrong people. It's not you. When it's the right person, then you're not doing anything wrong. You don't have to try to be anything better or worse than you are.
Yeah, but I'm not getting any cuter, so this is getting stupid. You know what I mean?
It's hard. There's just a lot. I'm just gonna say there's just a lot of weird, fucked up people in the world, and I feel for you. I feel for you.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember there's there was a guy I met off Plenty of Fish before I started talking to my husband. Because I always do something stupid too. When I start talking to someone, like I zone in on that one person. I don't talk to anyone else. Like I'm committed to our talk or whatever. But I wasn't talking to my husband at that time. So there was a guy on Plenty of Fish, and he was messaging me, and he wasn't my type at all. He had like muscles, and he was one of those guys. Like he was handsome, and he had muscles, and he was cute. And I usually don't go for the guys that are overly handsome.
Oh, that's kind of like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't go for people that I'm really attracted to because I know that they know they're cute and they will cheat. Because I'm sure other girls are thinking what I think. So this guy was handsome, he had muscles and everything like that. And I was like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. It doesn't have to be a whole thing. So we went up to Winking Lizard, and I was sitting there first, and I had a drink because I was so nervous. So I had a drink, and I was getting getting my anxiety away, trying to feel loose and comfortable. And he comes in, and number one, he's 5 foot tall.
Oh, that's sexy.
He was 5 foot tall with these big muscles, and I was just like, oh my fucking God. But you know what? If he's a good person, whatever. But that made me not attracted. Because then I would also think, being taller than a man, like I feel like there's a power and balance. Like he's just the woman.
Yeah.
But we went and we had a drink, and he's like, oh, let's go to my house. And I was like, all right, sure, let's go to your house. I mean, I shouldn't have done that because you don't go to someone's house on the first date. But I started going, we were driving to his house, and when I got there, my son called me and was like, Mom, can you come home? I want you home with me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to leave. And I told the guy, can you drive me back to my car? And he was in the Marines, and I guess it's caused him to have like mental health issues. But on the way of him driving me back to get to my car so I can go home to my son, he was aggressively pounding it like on the dashboard, on the steering wheel, saying, you're like every other fucking girl, da 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 da. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I take you out to eat and you don't sleep with me. And I was like, oh my God. And I was literally afraid. So I had to get into this mode where it's like, okay, I don't want him to hit me. So I was really nice. And I was like, okay, we're going to hang out. I promise we're going to hang out next time. We're going to hang out next time. And I was terrified. But he was fucking insane.
Yeah,
and scared me.
It sounds like a midget wrestler. That's what
I
picture.
I guess so, but I mean, you would think he was getting girls. I don't know if it was like they wanted to sleep with him because he was so attractive, but then he came and he was so short. But a guy like him, you would think, he wasn't 5 foot tall. He was like maybe 5'5", and I'm 5'6", so I didn't like that. But you would think with his attractiveness, he would be getting girls all day, but he wasn't.
Yeah, see, that's what people think about me. And I don't get anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Or some people think that I'm a player and just don't contact me, and they don't know who I am.
A lot of guys ruin it for other guys. It takes just one big asshole to ruin your view on men. And I know it's terrible.
No, that's true.
so it gets girls jaded, or they get into this mindset like, I had this traumatic experience with this guy, or not even traumatic, but just a terrible experience with this guy, and then they just build that wall and they expect it from others.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not you. So when you're thinking, do I have the right profile? Is the right picture up? Am I acting how women want me to? It's not anything about you. It's about the what different women that are coming and looking on your page and stuff like that, and their past traumas and their problems. And I'm sure there's a lot of them. I mean, I've looked on that site before. There's people that have fucking missing yes teeth, and you could tell they just live in disgusting, like a disgusting home and stuff like that. So it's not like all these supermodels that are mentally stable are passing your profile.
Yeah, but it's hard to take it that way because, 30 years and thousands of people, you
Mhm.
start to
Yeah.
take it personally.
Mhm. When you first start dating someone, like, where do you feel like it starts to go wrong?
I don't think it goes wrong. It's just they tell
Mm.
me that, even though the date went well, you make them
Mhm.
laugh, you talk
Mhm.
about things in the future, like what we're going to do, what we like to
Mhm.
do.
Mhm.
Um, and then all of a sudden they just don't want to date you anymore. And it seems like there's no reason for it.
Even though the date seemed like it went fine.
Yeah, or almost like you don't talk consistently enough. Like there's too much dead space. So I gotta fill it
So
up
it
with
feels
a lot of stuff.
awkward.
Yeah, so it's their fault for feeling awkward.
Right.
It's not my problem, really, but
Right.
I'm still talking, but I can't talk while I have food in my mouth normally.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, maybe they just take that as you're being awkward, but you're not.
No,
But
that's
maybe they think that.
yeah, because there's always tons of questions on the first date.
Of course. Yeah, so God forbid if it's quiet for a little bit so you can eat. Yeah, I don't think that's weird.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, relax a little bit.
Chill, girl. Shit. My God.
Ah.
Yeah. I've only been on a couple dates, so
And that concludes this episode of Dating and Relationship Advice. We'll see you next time.